Hello everyone. Today I am ranking LEGO characters all the way from Star Wars characters to characters I made from scratch. And I am ranking 33, so let's get started with number 33. For number 33, I have this Scarecrow guy. I just don't like how he looks very much, and he does come with a pitchfork, so I think he's the only character that comes with that. But I don't really like his face. I don't really like his body at all. And I just think they could have done a lot better on the Lego version of him. I don't even know what he looks like in real, like, movies and stuff, but I just don't like him. So moving on to number 32. Number 32 is this basic police officer. I mean, the torso part is pretty cool with the police on the back, but I just think he's kind of a basic character with a basic gun. I don't really know what else to say about him. I just don't find him exciting to see. So moving on to number 31. Now at number 31 we have the Star Wars captain of the Rebel Troopers. I don't even know his name. He's got a silver gun, which is pretty cool, but I don't know. I don't like his torso. He's just kind of got basic colors. The helmet is very cool in these guys. It's just a white helmet and then you attach this black visor. So that is very cool about him, but it wasn't cool enough to bump him up very high. So, yeah, that's all I gotta say about number 31. On to number 30. At number 30, I have the Rebel Trooper. And the reason I have him over the captain is because I like the colors on him a lot more. I like the torso. Same helmet, so kind of the same stuff. And he also has a double face. So does the captain, but I like this guy's both faces because the captain's double face is just a scared face, where this guy, it's a fighting face and then a happy face. So I like him a little better. So moving on to number 29. Number 29 is this Ninjago character. I really like the sword on this person, but it's really unique. I really like the handle on it, but the top of it, it just reminds me of Venom. So it doesn't remind me too much of sword. So, and then there's the thing on the neck, which is a pretty cool piece, but I just don't get why you put that there. I don't think it looks too cool. So, moving on to number 28. Number 28 is Mr. Freeze for a couple reasons. I like the gun a lot, but the face, it's just too cartoony, I feel like. And I don't like how they did the helmet on it. I just really don't like that. There might be other versions of Mr. Freeze that are cooler, but I'm just ranking this version, and I do not think this version's very cool. So on to number 27, I believe. Number 27 is this Jedi that I forgot the name of. I do really like the blue hood on this person, because who doesn't like hoods, you know? But Lego hoods are really cool. And they're our first lightsaber character. And the torso's just kind of basic on them, and then it's just a blue legs. So, yeah, it's just not too much going on this character. So, moving on to number 26, I think. Number 26 is another Jedi that I forgot the name of, but I think it's kind of obvious why I don't like this guy that much. I mean, if you didn't know, it's the super big head. Some of you might like that. I just don't like how it goes out and then down into his head. I don't know if that makes sense, but it's just kind of gross. But the torso and legs are very cool on him. So that's why I kind of put him above the other Jedi. I just think they're a little cooler, but not a bunch. Next up is a character I made from scratch. I named him Alfred, and no, it's not the butler that Batman has. It's just another character. I like this guy. I mean, He's just kind of funny character, but I can't put him very high. So he just got a coffee cup, so yeah, he's just basic character. So on to the next one. This one is one of the Mandalorians. I have no idea what happened in those shows. I never had any idea what went on, but I just thought some of the characters were kind of cool. The blue one I don't like much because I did give him a different weapon, I think, and I don't think this one came with a cape. They might have, but this one isn't very cool. I like the other two ones that are coming up. So, spoiler. I do like the armor on him, and the helmets on these guys are really unique. But yeah, I just don't like this one that much. So, moving on to the next character. The next character is this guy, who I don't know the name of, so we'll just call him Blueface. I don't like him because he doesn't have a weapon. He probably came with one, but he doesn't have one right now. And, like, the piece behind his head is kind of cool. I just don't see him like a very cool character. I don't know. They could have given him like wings or something. I don't know. I just don't like him a bunch, but he is pretty cool though. I like how he's like really blue and stuff, but next character. Next character is just like a basic kind of like robber or something. I don't know. What bumped him up a lot was the crowbar piece he had, and then the hat he had. So I just really liked him because like he's a really unique character that you don't find in like many sets. Now, this character might get kind of controversial, but it's Han Solo. So, the reason I chose him is the characters coming up. Like, this is kind of like in between the characters I don't like that much. Besides Alfred. Alfred's cool. And the characters I like a lot. So, it's just that he's just got the normal pistol. I don't really like his hairpiece that much. He does have a double face, but the other face is just him smiling, so the legs they could have done a little more with, I think. Yeah, I just see this character as kind of boring. But moving on to the next character. The next character is this green ninja. Now, how I made this guy is I did take one of my Mandalorian bodies for the torso. I took like a normal clone head, and then I found this mask just lying on the grass one time, so I made this character. And then he has the shield and then a bow and arrow. I think he's pretty cool, but I think he's one of the least cool of my ninjas, which I do have more ninjas coming up, which are very cool. Yeah, that's kind of it about him. The torso piece does, like, I feel like suit him because he's like a ranged fighter, so you kind of would want armor and stuff. So moving on to the next character. The next character is another Star Wars character. It's Obi-Wan Kenobi. And I really think that on other rankings this would be higher, but I don't like Obi-Wan that much. He's just kind of like, I don't like orange hair. Moving on. Next up is this like wolf fighter guy. He's an Ninjago character. There's one reason he got downgraded a lot, and that is his sword. Why is he holding a pirate sword? Like, and another thing about him is why does he have 3 masks? He has the outer wolf mask, then under that he has a mask, and then if you take off the head, he has another mask under that. So he's got 3 masks. The body is very cool on this guy. It's very unique. I really like how they use like blue and purple on it. It's just a really cool color combination. So, moving on to the next character. The next character is Ultron, which he's very cool. I used to not like him a lot, but he grew on me a lot. And his weapon is like, he can shoot lasers out of his hands, I think. I do like the thing around his neck. That's really cool. And then he does come with like pieces that can go on his feet, so it can kind of look like he's flying. And yeah, the face is really cool, the torso is really cool, the legs are really cool. Everything about this character is so cool. So to the next character. Now, Ultron in this character could have gone either way, but I chose Venom over Ultron. He's pretty cool. He's like Spider-Man, but not. And he's just a cool character. I don't know why he's so cool, but he's got like all black and white, and then he did come like with a motorbike, which like any vehicles that these guys come with or anything like that don't affect the ranking. I just really like this guy. He really fits into like any like dark place, so he's just super cool. And on to the next character. Now this character I made from scratch. I never named him. He's just like a guy with a blue baseball cap. I just like him a lot. He's just iconic, I feel like, even though I built him from scratch. I just took a torso from a guy, and then I got this blue hat, and then I just added a face. And that was it. It's like a really nice character. I really like the blue hat, because like when I find hats, they're usually like red, I feel like, but this is like a blue hat, and then you just got a standard gun. But I like him a lot. So moving on to the next character. The next character is Ahsoka. And I like Ahsoka. I think she's actually supposed to have one green lightsaber, but for some reason she came with 2 blue lightsabers. But it's really cool. You can position the lightsabers in like really cool ways with 2. It's one of the only Jedis that I think has like 2 lightsabers and not just like a double. So that's really cool. The hair piece, I don't even know if that's hair, but whatever that is, it's like this is the only character that comes on. And then you got the orange face. And I feel like the hair kind of like goes over the torso, but the torso and legs are really cool on this character. So they're just a pretty cool character. And moving on to the next character. This next character is really cool, especially the weapon I made for him. He's another character I made from scratch. It's basically just Obi-Wan Kenobi, but with a different face. The hood's really cool. But the weapon, it's just amazing. Like, I don't know how I came up with that. It's just so cool. Like, you got, like, a kind of a boring character without the weapon. Add the weapon, and it's one of the coolest characters I've ever made. So, on to the next character. The next character is another Mandalorian I have. This one's a lot cooler because it has a cape. And the weapon I gave this one is another really cool weapon. I took these pieces, I think they were from like a Spider-Man set or something. I don't know. But the helmet is really cool. I like the body a lot better than the blue one because it's like green armor. The legs are not as cool, but still, I like them a lot better than the blue guy. So, moving on to the next character. The next character is Luke Skywalker. And I would put him a lot higher if it was just the normal Luke Skywalker, but he's like the Hoth edition, so he's not as cool. The green lightsaber Luke Skywalker is a lot cooler, like in the final episode. His goggles can actually come up, which is pretty cool. So he does have a double face as well. The other one's just smiling. And his torso piece is pretty cool, and his legs are pretty cool. So all these characters like out here are like really cool, but only one's the best, and we'll see what that is soon, but not yet. The next character is the final Mandalorian. This one I think is the coolest, partly because of the weapon, because they're kind of like the weapon that General Grievous's bodyguards kind of have, and I think there's just a double one though, but this is like 2 separate ones. The cape is really nice, and then the legs are actually Minecraft netherite leg pieces. So they're not the original legs, but I think those look really cool on this character, and that's part of what boosted it up. And again, these Mandalorian helmets are just so cool. So moving on to the next character. The next character is this ninja. I think he's a pretty cool ninja. I like the leg pieces, or piece, and then the mask is really nice, and it's a double face actually. The other face is like a scared face, so And the back of this torso is like so cool. I really like that. Just the front of the torso is cool too. And I like how they alternated the arms, like one's yellow and one's red. And the sword could be better, but I like the wooden sword. So moving on to the next character. Now this character, I think you'll want me to put him higher, but I'm putting him here. It's Iron Man. Which, I like Iron Man, just he doesn't really have a weapon. And like, I know he can fly and stuff, but I don't like the helmet shape. I don't like that much. I don't know why. It's just something about him that makes him go down a little. He still is very cool. The torso piece is very cool. The legs are very cool. I just like his armor a lot. He's also a double face, so the other face is just smiling. But what I don't like is the angry face. It's like got a blue thing on it. I don't know what that was about. But the helmet is very cool in that it can like open up. So that's pretty cool. And moving on to the next character. This character is another ninja I made. Or no, I didn't make him. I got him in a set. This is Kai. The face piece, if you take it off, it looks kind of weird. But when you have the helmet on, it looks nice. And you got the gold sword. That's really cool. One downside to this character is if you look at the back of the mask. It's actually two masks. But if you look at the back of the mask, it doesn't have like the mask hanging down, which I like a lot on these ninjas. The torso piece is cool. I like the gold hands and the gold sword, but yeah, it's just a really big downside that his mask just cuts off like that. So on to the next character. Now this character I made from scratch. He doesn't really have a name, but he's got a jetpack, and then he's got like a dirt bike helmet, which I don't know why, but it just looks cool on him. The head I really like. I actually got him on a stormtrooper, so I switched out the stormtrooper head and used him for this guy. The legs and the body don't really mix, but I still like it a lot. And I like how he's got the double guns. He kind of reminds me of like Boba Fett or Jango Fett. So, on to the next character. Now, the next character is Batman. So, he's really cool. He's got the batarangs. Yeah, the cape is like really cool. How like it just spikes down then goes back up. I think it's the only character that has capes like that. And then the helmet, like some Batmans have like a headband so the eyes can be white. The helmet, the eyes just stay white. It's like on the inside they got white there. The head is pretty cool. So yeah, it's just a really cool character, really iconic. So moving on to number 4. Now, number 4 is a Star Wars character. It is Darth Vader. He's really cool with the red lightsaber. I really like his helmet. Under the helmet, it's got like a white head, and then the bottom part just stays on, which is really cool. I like his torso part a lot, with all like the buttons and stuff. And then his legs are pretty cool. I just really like him. He's just so cool. Yeah, they couldn't have done better with Darth Vader in Lego. Well, maybe they could have, but I don't think they could have. He's so cool. Now, on to the third best character in my opinion. Now, the third best character is Mace Windu. And the purple lightsaber is just the coolest part about him. He's like the only character, I think, with the purple lightsaber. So he's so cool. His body's pretty cool. He's just so cool with that purple lightsaber. And I think he would be a lot lower if he had like just a normal blue or like green lightsaber. Green would be pretty high, but still. But yeah, he's really cool with the purple one. On to number 2. Now, number 2 is another Star Wars character. It is Darth Maul. And boy, he is cool. He's got the double lightsaber, which is cool already. And then for his head, he's got that spike, this like spike piece, kinda. Which is actually made of rubber, I think. But that's really cool on him. He's just so cool. His leg piece. I don't love his torso, but his leg piece is really cool. The back of his torso is pretty cool. And then he's just so good. The face is really good. mine does have like a splotch of paint kind of gone. So, but he's still so cool. Now on to in my opinion, the best character in this ranking. Now the best character is this white and blue ninja. He is so cool. He's just amazing. And part of what boosted him this high is the sword going behind. Even without it, he's still so cool. The color choice was amazing. Again, the head looks kind of awkward, and that he's a robot, so I don't like that much. But he's still so cool. The torso, they did amazing. The legs, they did amazing. And I love like the gold sword and the gold hands. He's so cool. So, thanks for watching this video. Tell me your top 3 LEGO characters that were on this list in the comments. And please like and subscribe. Torp, signing off.